So we're going to begin the part 3 of this series. Okay, the part 3 of it. And what did we look at? We look at this right here, using free from all table, knowing how to produce a report. And we said for you to produce a report, you have to first of all do a query. And we talked about what query is. And then we had to just properly just separate them to know which is a query and which is a report. I'm expecting everybody to have gone through the 2 videos that we've done, part 1 and part 2, so that you come into this class, you're able to have proper understanding of it. So I'm going to redo this. I'm just going to open my database. Okay, I'm going to open my database. Okay, I'm just going to open it. Okay, so I have it here. And what am I doing? I'm redoing this. I'm just going to open the report. There's the report here. I'm going to open the report. For others, you might have to click on enable content. So what am I redoing? They said calculate the numbers of students and place this at the end of the report. So to calculate the numbers of students and place at the end of the report, what are we doing? So we can just do it. We're placing this at the end. So I'm just going to use science, right? So I'm just click on science right here. Let me go to layout view. The layout view, good. The layout view right here. And then under your report layout design, go to total and then go to count records. And it's going to count, okay, right here, count records, and it's going to count the records that we have. So right here, you see that, let me just take this off. Okay, so right here, you see that we have 27, okay? We have 27 here. And then I'm going to switch to my design view. I'll switch to my design view, okay? Switch to my design view. And what am I doing? Right here, I'm going to have the label new science group size fully visible to the left of this value. So I'm going to highlight this, copy this, okay, and go to my report design. Under the report design, I'm going to go to labels. Now, when they say place this at the end of the report, they are talking about the report footer. Now, let me explain this. This is design. Let me explain this. So we have the report header. This is what appears at the very top of the page, and it only stays on the first page. Why page footer would be in every of the page. Okay, page 1, page 2, this is always going to be there. Then for the detail, this is what we call your record. These are your records. Right here, your records. And then for your page footer, this would appear in the bottom of every page. This will only appear at the last page. Right? This will only appear at the last page. So here I have my labels, and then I'm going to scroll this, and I'm going to paste here, right? So I have this. So I'm going to paste it here, and then under my format, I'm going to do right align. Okay, I'm going to bold it, and then I'm going to make it black. Okay, so I bolded it, and then I made it black. Okay, so I'm going to move it at the top. I'm using my arrow key to move it at the top. Okay, I can just do this to just ensure that you're done. So I have this. So right here, I'm going to bold it, and then I'm going to make it black. Bold it, and then make it black. Okay, so right here, I'm going to switch to the layout view. So this is going to be the head of the report. So I'm going to just move this down a bit. So this can, I'll hold my shifts to ensure that this and this is fine. Probably I can just move this forward a bit. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so we have this. So this is what it means. So this is going to be at the end, okay, of the report. Now, so we've done this. So I'm going to save. Okay, so what else? Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the database formula used to calculate the numbers of students. So let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to switch to my design view. okay, and then take a screenshot of this. So I'm going to use the snipping tool to do that. The snipping tool to do that. Open, click on new. Okay, no, let me cancel. All right, good. So now I can take the snipping tool. Okay, and I'll take a screenshot of this. All right, done. Okay, so now I'm going to open my evidence document. I'm going to open my evidence document here. What evidence is this? Step what? This is going to be step 22. Okay, step 22. I'm going to do that, step 22. Okay, so step 22 here, hit on enter, and then I'm just going to right click, and then I'm going to paste. Okay, I can click here, picture format, shape width. Okay. Okay. So the Stanley that just posted very important information. So please, everybody, after the class, now just check it out after the class. For those who are here after the class, check it out. Okay, very important. All right, so we have this. Okay, I think 8 centimeters is fine. Okay, maybe 8.9 centimeters. Okay, so we have 9 centimeters. Okay, so we have this, so it's fine. Okay, so we're done with this. Okay, this was the issues we had before my laptop died. We had to redo this to ensure as much as possible. We had to do that. Okay, so but now we've done this, right? It has been redoed, right? So good. There's a word like that. Okay, so now what's the next thing? Save and print your report. So I'm going to right click, print preview, and then right here. Okay, good. So we have 2 reports on every page. Okay, so we have 2 reports. So I'm going to print this. So right here, please ensure that your printout, your paper size is A4. Okay, so how do you ensure it is A4? So under the print, right, Microsoft Print to PDF, the properties, go to the properties and then go to advanced. Please ensure your paper size is A4. Very, very important. Okay, so I'll click on OK, and then now I can print this. So is this where we are? Let's see. I'm not sure. That's where we are. No, that's not where we are. So I think we're in desktop. See right here, classes. Okay, so we have this right here. Databases, online class. Okay, so we have it here. So we're going to print it, right? So this is going to be print out report 1. Report 1. Okay, so we've done that. So yes, it has been printed. Now I can save and then I can close this. Okay, so let's moving on to the next one. Step 23. We have another report. Using fields from all the tables. Using fields from all the tables, produce a tabular report. Okay, produce a tabular report that, okay, selects only, okay, so see, you don't do that. So using fields from all tables, produce a tabular report, what's the first thing you do? You have to what? Create what? A query. That's the first thing. You have to what? Create what? Or what? A query. And we've talked about what a query is in the part 2. Okay, so what do we do here? Which is our query? So let's look at it. So again, I'm going to use the orange to just show which is our query. So this right here is our query. 1. We use this also for our query. 2. Then for our report, we have all of this. Okay, so we have all of this for what? Our report. Okay, very important. All right. So let's begin. So we'll start with this. Again, we can use the query wizard and query design. So what I'll be doing here is I've taught you how to use the query wizard and the first one. Now I'm going to show you how to use the query design. In the part 2 that we had, we looked at how to use the query wizard, right? And in this part 3, I'll be showing you how to use the query design. Okay. So now just moving you up a bit. Okay, so I'm going to click on create, and then I'm going to click on what the query design. So we have the design like this. Okay, so now we have to move all these tables right here to this section. So I have, they said what? Let's look at, they said from all the tables. Okay, so I have this. I'll select the first one, hold my shift, select the last one. That's one way to do that. And then click on add selected tables. Okay, click add selected tables. So we have that. That's done. So I can just double click here. Okay, and this is fine. So probably I just have to just move this here. Great. Okay, so we have this. So let's go ahead. I think I can close this. I think I'm done with this. I can close this. Okay, so they said what? Show only these fields. Gender. So I have gender. Where's gender? So I'm going to move gender here to this field here. I'm going to move gender to this field here, and then it's going to show the matching table. That's the first one. Notice that is having show. So this is what is going to display in the datasheet view, because this table, this particular field and table is what? Shown. Then I have family name. So I'm going to move the family name here. Good. The next one is what? Given name. So I'm going to move given name to this field, and it's going to attach the table itself. Okay. I have house name. Where is the house name? So I'm going to move house name here. Good. Math. I'm going to move math here. Okay. What else? Computer science. So I'm going to move computer science here. What else? Teacher name. So I'm going to move teacher name here. Okay. So we have this. So let's see. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. So now we've done this. Let's save this query. So we are saving it to what? The title Year 5 test report for maths. So I'm going to just copy this, copy. And under the query one, I'm going to right click on save, and then type the name here, and I'll click on OK. So now you can see that the query has been created. So if I switch to my datasheet view, this is what I will have. Okay, 176 records. Okay, so this is what I will have. Okay. Okay, so now I can switch this to what? My design view. Okay. So now let's perform some criteria. Class code is 5C. We talked about is. So it's either going to be 5C or what equals to 5C. Anyone. Either going to be this or what equals to 5C for the class code. So we don't have a class code here. We don't have a class code here. So it simply means that if I have to bring in a class code, I have to bring it in to be able to run the criteria, and then I have to uncheck it. What do I mean? So I have to bring in a class code here, right here, right? And then I'm going to run it here. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So let me go to my datasheet view. So we have the class code here, okay? So if I switch to my design view, any of them works, whether here or this, any of them works. So under the criteria, I'm going to type 5C or equals to 5C, whichever one you want to do. And then you run it. So you can see that it's showing what? Only 5C. But look at this. They said, show only the fields. These are the fields that needs to be shown. Okay, so class code is not here, so it doesn't need to be shown. So what do? I'm going to right click, go to what? My design view. And right here, uncheck it. Notice that I'll uncheck it. It's unchecked. Now, if I run it, the class code is not going to show. Can you see that? The class code is not going to show. So I'm going to switch back to my design view. Okay. The next one, the house name is mass. So for my house name, I have house name here. So I'm going to type mass or equals to mass, whichever one, mass or equals to mass, whichever one. And then I'm going to run it. Okay. And I'm going to run it. So here we have the house name is mass, and then the class code is 5C. Okay, so we have this. Okay. So now we are done with our query. So I'm going to save my query. Okay, and then I'm going to close. We're going to create the report. Now, to create the report, we can use the report wizard or report design. For now, I'm going to leave the report design, right? When we get to year 10. Report design is a bit complex, but if you know it, it will save you a lot of stress. Okay, it's going to save you a lot of stress. So I'm going to skip it for now. When you get to year 10, we're going to look at it, and then you can compare which one is you're okay with. Okay, so I'm going to do the report wizard right here, and then I'm going to look for that query and move everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Move everything here to selected field. I'm going to move it to selected field. I'm going to click on next. Okay, now take note of this. So now this becomes what? From query, this can now become what? Our report. See that? From query, this can now become what? Our report. So they say it's going to be in this order with data and label displayed in full. Do not group the data. Okay? Do not group the data. Very, very important. So it simply means that it's going to be ungrouped. Take note. It's going to be what? Ungrouped. Ungroup. It's going to be ungrouped. Okay? So that's all we got. So this is ungrouped. This is grouped. This is grouped. Take note of that. So this one here is ungrouped. I'm going to click on next. Next. What are we sorting by? Sort the data into ascending order of gender. So ascending order of gender. And then what? Ascending order of gender and ascending order of family name. And ascending order of what? Family name. So I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to click on next. So both of them are in ascending order, right? Yes. So I'm going to click on next. Then what's the orientation? Has the page orientation of portrait. Okay, so it's going to be portrait, and reports are tabular. Take note. And when you make it to portrait, what happens? It's going to adjust the field, each of the field with the orientation. It's going to adjust the field with what? Its orientation. So I'm going to click on next. And what's the title? The title is going to be the same thing as the query. So I have this. I'm just going to copy this. Okay. And I'm going to backspace and paste this. And I'm going to what? Finish. Okay, so we have this, right? So let's switch to our layout view. And then we can close this. So right here, okay, so this is what we have. Okay, so the first thing we need to do here is we need to arrange it, right? In this order. Take note, it has to be arranged in this order. So let's arrange it. So the first one we have is gender, okay? And then we have family name. So I think they're just good to us. So they just given us, everything looks the same. Gender, family name, given name, house name, math, computer science. Wow, this is good, right? So we have so I'm just going to select the first one, hold by control and select this to select both of them. Adjust this a bit, adjust this a bit. Okay, just hold my control, select the feed name, and then select the records, right? You select the field names, hold your control, and then select the records. Then you can adjust this, okay? Then again, you select this, hold your control, select the records, and then you adjust, okay? House name, hold your control, select this. So we have this. Okay. So we have for the maths, hold your control, select this, and then adjust it. Okay. You can just, I'm just going to make this all in the same alignment. Okay. So I have this. I'm going to adjust it. Science, adjust this a bit. Oh, I think computer science is very long, right? Okay. So I'm just going to make this in the same alignment. Teacher's name. Okay, we already have teacher's name here. I'm just going to move it a bit. So what do I do here? So we have enough space for each of them. We have this. Okay, so I'm going to move this a bit. So I have this. That's fine. So for the maths, you can see it's overlapping. I don't want it to overlap. Please, you have to always check it. So I have this computer science. I think I can adjust it a bit. Okay, so I'll move this a bit. So this is fine. So I've done this, and this is fine. Okay, so we have this. So now that we've arranged it in this order, so let's proceed, right? Let's proceed. They said fit on a single page. When we talk about fitting on a single page, this simply means that each of the field needs to be on one page. It should not extend to the next page. We should not be having gender, family name, given name, house name, math, computer science, and teacher name is in page 2. No, it does not fit on a single page, right? So fit on a single page simply means that it has to fit on one page. Okay, so please let's take note of that. Okay. So we've done this. Calculate the average math mark in this selection and position this below the math column. So let's do the average math mark. Okay. So to do this, I'm going to click on the record and then go to, this is just too close. It's just too close. Just going to move this a bit. Okay, let me see this. Let me see this. Let me see this. This is too close. No, it's too close. So it's important to always check, right? It's important to always check. Just move this a bit. Always important to always check. Okay, so this is covering this. Okay, so you can check this, check this, check this. Okay, probably I have to just move family name a bit. Okay, you have to select both of them, so be very careful. So we have this, so that's fine. So for the math right here, okay, so I'm going to go to report layout design, and from here I'm going to click on what? Average. See that now? Average. So I have the average. They said what? The average math mark in this selection, position this number below the math column. So we have this here, position. So all we had to do, we went here to the total and then we selected average. It's going to do the calculation for us. Now they said, display this average mark with 0 decimal place. With 0 decimal place. So to do this, right here, I'm going to go to, I'll click here, go to my property sheet. Okay. Yes, I can format here. Under the format, decimal place is what? 0 decimal place. So I'm going to switch to 0 decimal place. But it's not going to work. Why is it not going to work? It's not going to work because we have not standardized it yet. So we have to standardize it. Don't forget to standardize it. And then we have this here. Okay, so done. Okay, so we have it here. The next thing is include the label average math score fully visible to the left of this value. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to copy this, right? And I'm going to switch to my design view. I'm going to switch to my design view. Okay, so right here, we have this, right? So I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to go to my report design. Under my report design, I'm going to click on labels. Labels where we used to type in, it's like more or less like a text box in Word, right? So this right here, so I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to draw it, and then I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so I'm going to move this down a bit. Okay, so I'm going to adjust this. Okay, so format, I'm going to make it right. So it can be left of this, move it here, right? I can make it bold, make it black, it's not a crime. Make it bold, make it black, and I think that looks good, I think. All right, so I'm going to switch to the layout view. Okay, so I have this. I'm going to move this down a bit, and I have this as well. So just want to check control, that's fine. Okay, so this is at the top of it, and this is in the math column, and this is the left of the value. Okay, so we have this. Good. Okay, good. We're making progress. Include the title Year 5 text report we have done. Display in a larger font size, fully visible at the top of the report. Larger font size. We have not done this. I'll click here, go to format, switch it to probably like 24. Okay, bold it, make it black. Okay, make it black. So we have this. Has your name, comma, space, center number, comma, space, and then your candidate number at the bottom of the report. So bottom of the report, I'm going to switch to design view, and I'm going to put this in my report footer. They say bottom of the report. Okay, it's going to be in the bottom, at the bottom of the report. Okay, so I'm probably going to put it here, right? So we have this here. So I'm just probably going to put my name and my details here. But you can also put it here as well, right? It's still not a crime to do that because page footer is still one page. So literally still the same thing. So there's leniency for everything. Okay. But professionally, it should be somewhere here. So I'm going to do this right here. So you can put it anywhere. When they say it should be at the bottom of the report, and it's just a one page, you can put in your report footer, you can put in your page footer. It's still fine, right? So I'm just going to put it here. Ajiro ND, comma, space. You put your center number, your school center number. Oh, I'm just going to use this generic one, comma, space 2024. Okay, so I have this. This is my name. Okay, I'm just going to click on format, bold, and black. Probably just make it like 12. I think 12 is fine. But for you, you can make it 12. If your name is too long, just make it 12, right? Just make it 12. If your name is too long, if your name is as short as mine, you can just make it 14, right? Okay, so I have the, just going to move this a bit and then adjust this so that the names, my name is population, right? So now, like again, you can put it here. If you want to put in the page footer, it simply means that you have to probably adjust this a bit, right? Adjust this, and then what else again? Probably can adjust this again to probably here, maybe here, right? And then you can put it here. So I'm going to save, and I'm going to go to print preview. So print preview is right here. So this is it, right? So this is what they want to see. So I have my candidate details, and I have this right here, okay? All right, place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the database formula used to calculate the average mark for math. Okay, showing the formula used to calculate the average mark for math. So let's look at it. So what do? I'm going to switch to the design view, right? I'm going to extend this a bit. Okay, and I'm going to take the screenshot. Probably going to do this. Okay, so we have this. And then to take my screenshot, I'm going to click on new. and I'm going to take my screenshot here. Okay, good. So what step is this? This is step 23. So I have my step 23 here. Going to just Ctrl V, right? Ctrl V. I think we've passed the beginner's guide. We're now in intermediate, so we can just do some keyboard shortcut. Ctrl V, right? All right. And then I can increase this to probably like I think 9 is fine. I think 9 is fine. So I have it. Okay, so this is fine. All right. Save and print your report. So let's save and print the report. Save and then go to my print preview. Okay, and then click on print. Click on print. Okay, and then please, it's Microsoft Print to PDF, and please ensure the paper size is A4. So Microsoft Print to PDF, I'm going to click on OK. And then this is going to be print out report 2. Okay. Step 24. Export the file created as step 23 in portable document format. So I'm going to save this and I'm going to close. From here, you can also do it. From here, you can do it. From here, you can right click and click to export to PDF. That's one way to do it. From here as well, you can go to your, this is your print preview, and then click to PDF or to PDF, whichever way you want to do that. And then save the exported file in your work area with the file name year 5. I'm going to copy this, year 5. So to PDF, okay, I'm going to open this here, look for it. Okay, okay. So I'm going to paste it here. This is going to be what? Year 5. That's the title they want us to do. They said area with the file name year 5. So I'm going to publish this. So done, right? So what else? Place your evidence document, a screenshot to show the exported file saved in your work area. Make sure there's evidence of the name and file type. So to do this, I'm just going to save, close this. We are done with database, close it, and then click on the view, go to details, refresh, and then right here, sort by date modified. So I'm going to have year 5 right here. Probably I should have done that first before this, but it's fine. Okay, so what do we do? How do we do this now? So what I will do is, I want this at the top, right? So I can just take the screenshot. So I'm going to double click this to remove the space. This is cut enough. I will double click on this. So what do? I can just right click, edit this, just put 5A. I know what I'm doing, right? So if I refresh and I go to sort by date modified and sort by date modified in descending order, okay, it's still showing database. Okay, it's fine. Okay, probably I might have to do it again. Let me take this off. I want this at the top. So probably I'm just going to open the database and probably we do it again. Just export it. It's not a biggie. I usually prefer that I just choose at the top, right? It's still fine if you want to just add it with the database. Still fine. But I just prefer it this way. So I'm just going to export it to PDF, right? And then come here to class 2024, database year 9 class. Then paste this to year 5, right? Year 5. Publish, replace. Okay, all right. So we've done that. So now let's refresh. Good, that's what we are looking for. Good, so we have this at the top. But of course, we can't take a screenshot like this. So we have to go to light mode. It's going to get bright. Yes, I know, right? Too bright. I know. Okay, so I'm going to take my screenshot. Please, it has to be a light background. Okay, I know it affects, I really don't like the light thing, but exam rules. I have no choice. Okay, so I have this. I'm going to take this right here, right? And then this is going to be step 24. So right here, I'm going to hit on enter and then Ctrl V. Paste this right here. So we have this done. And quickly, I can now go back and change it to, let them be. The dark is good. Okay, dark in this case, right? All right, so fine. Okay, so I'm going to save this right here. All right, so yes, we are done with, this paper. We're done with database. Literally, we're done with it. Okay, so we're done with it. So again, you can save your evidence document and come here and close the database. So we are done with it. So we're going to look at another one that would help us to, give us a little bit of understanding as we proceed in this, okay? The one that talks about labels. Okay, we're going to look at a paper that talks about labels that would literally help us